So if you're not where you want to be in life, this is the reason. So now you're going to have to get uncomfortable. And it starts by doing one of these things. Welcome to the Middle-Aged and Miserable podcast.
Yes, and please subscribe if you like this content, and also leave the lovely review and a like, because this really helps us out and makes us feel good as well.
Yeah. All right, Pat.
All right, Chris.
Let's talk about something uncomfortable today. And I'm not talking about that T-shirt you wore at the workout the other day that didn't have any sleeves on it. Where is that, by the way?
I got confiscated.
By who?
By my family, who basically banned me from ever wearing it again.
Okay.
I was quite comfortable in it, but I think everybody else around was uncomfortable.
Okay, so we digress. Today we're going to tackle a subject that everyone struggles with. Getting out of our comfort zone.
Yes.
Because this is the silent killer of growth, success, and purpose. And if you've ever wondered why you're a little stuck in life, or you're getting the same results year after year, well, the answer is probably because you haven't stepped outside your comfort zone.
Nobody wants to step outside their comfort zone.
No one wants to do it.
No.
So all of the improvements that you want in life, and you say you want, and the business you want, and the freedom you want, none of it exists unless you get outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and I'm going to bang on about this a little bit as well. With AI here now, we're all kind of going to be forced, we'll touch on this a bit later on, but we're going to be forced to become a little bit uncomfortable now in the very near future, because it's going to change the way we all work.
It's going to be very uncomfortable.
We're going to have to learn this stuff anyway. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So today we're going to break down what your comfort zone is, and how it's currently holding you back, and how to break free, and just expand and live the life that you're really capable of living.
Yeah.
So what is it, Pat? What is your comfort zone?
Well, Christopher, I see it as it's that wonderful, warm place in our lives where everything feels familiar and safe. You know, it's where we have all our routines and our habits and all our daily activities. It's all nice and comfortable and predictable and stable in life as well. And it's not bad. We've all got comfort zones, and it's not bad. But the problem is, if you spend too much time there, that's when it becomes a bit of a problem. So, because staying there too long, it causes you to become stagnant, and it causes you to get into a rut, and it's where your life becomes meaningless, really, because we all, we're people that want to grow. Most of us are anyway. And I think the most important aspect of being too much in your comfort zone, you will start to lose purpose.
Yeah, definitely.
Because nothing changes in your comfort zone. It's comfortable. You don't grow. You don't fulfill your potential. You don't become that person that you're capable of becoming.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think that's why so many people wake up in midlife and realize that they've been stuck in the same cycle for years.
Right.
And they've been comfortable, which is nice, but they've been unfulfilled.
Which is not nice.
Yeah. And really the only way out is to get out of your comfort zone. And it's like the saying goes, the comfort zone is a warm, safe place, but nothing ever grows there. So if you are middle-aged and you're currently not living, or at least working towards what you want in life, whatever that is, then the chances are your life is currently comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, let's explain a little bit like what we mean by your life is comfortable. As a few examples, you're making comfortable choices, for example, in life. You're sat on the sofa watching Netflix instead of working on your new business, or working on furthering your career, for example. You're staying at home in the early evenings instead of going out meeting new people and growing and helping yourself get towards the type of success and purpose that you want in life as well. And you've maybe started burying yourself in that which makes you frustrated and angry, which could be the news on television, or you'll get stuck into those wonderful addictive games that we all have on our phone, or some people have on their phones and computers, and it stopped you from learning new stuff.
Yeah,
that's examples.
I think this is pretty normal stuff, right?
Yeah.
For middle-aged people. Yeah. You sort of stop pushing for a promotion at work. You just think, oh, I'll ride it out until retirement. You're sort of just busy at home. Life gets easy. You sort of get comfortable. work, home, Netflix, and then it all just becomes a bit repetitive and meaningless. And we've talked about this before. This is the danger zone where you can slowly sort of lose your drive and your purpose.
Let's not get too hard on Netflix as well. We do enjoy Netflix occasionally, and it's okay to have some downtime because you don't want to burn out or anything like that. But it cannot be at the expense of growing ourselves and improving.
Yeah, because that I think that comfort that gives us a degree of certainty, but too much certainty in life sort of kills growth because it's like. You need a bit of uncertainty to grow, don't you?
Bit of uncertainty, I wouldn't say a reckless amount of uncertainty because that can really mess things up. But that's what helps us grow, you know. And the problem is with uncertainty, it's scary, it's unknown, and that's why nobody wants to step out there and do it because it is scary. Yeah, you know, it's not easy for any of us.
Yeah, and like you say, you do grow when you go out of your comfort zone. You grow, and growing makes us feel the opposite of stagnant and stuck.
Yes,
and in fact, it makes you happy and energized, you know, and a little bit fulfilled that you grew a little bit.
Yeah, you do feel really good about yourself having
grown
that little bit. You know,
the problem is our minds don't want us to get outside of our comfort zone. They try and talk us out of doing uncomfortable things. Right. So, you know, for example, well, we used to go to real estate meetups, right? The thought of going to introduce myself to complete strangers at a networking event, my mind was telling me no way. And
mine was too, as well. It wasn't just you.
Do you remember those icebreakers?
Yeah.
You get there and you walk through the door. You don't know anyone. Immediately they give you this card and it says, go up to 5 strangers, introduce yourself and tell them what area of real estate you're interested in working in.
Yeah, I used to dread that. We would be driving up to it and I'd be thinking, can we not go the long way around and be a little bit late? Because
I hated it.
It was really scary.
It was really horrible. You got this card in your hand, you're going up to all these strangers but then everybody's doing it and it's kind of weird, but we did it anyway. Yeah. And we actually forged some really long-term relationships doing that, didn't we?
We did, actually. And looking back, it was the best thing to do. In fact, that was the thing about meetups not to avoid, was the networking part of it, which happened right at the very beginning. And I think it's fear, isn't it, really? And our brains will make up these doomsday scenarios and exaggerate how bad something's going to be because, you know, like you said, it wants to protect you. And it'll tell you things like in your self-talk, it'll tell you things like, well, you're not ready to start a business, or you're too old to start a business. Don't do that. You don't know enough to change careers. You shouldn't do that because it's too late for you. You shouldn't. But the thing is, your mind's never right. Yeah, it's. Looking back at every single event that you've done, that you've accomplished, that prior to that you were scared of doing, it's never, ever been as bad as you think. Ever.
No. So, okay. So it comes up with these doomsday scenarios. So if it's true that growth comes from leaving our comfort zone, like why would our brain fight it? You would have thought it would encourage us, right? But it doesn't. Yeah. And it comes down to the oldest part of your brain, the lizard brain. Yeah. Its only job is survival. For you to stay alive, for you to avoid threats. And in the past, those threats were predators, but today threats are stress or judgment or embarrassment or a fear of failure.
Yeah, modern day threats.
Modern day threats. So, you know, maybe your mind is scared of looking stupid in front of other people. So that's why the lizard brain hates risk. It desperately wants you to stay safe, alive, and comfortable. And so, you know, that's why it devises these ways to make you avoid getting out of your comfort zone. And it does that, you know, in a number of different ways.
It's devious and powerful, isn't it?
It is, because it wants to stay safe and wants you to survive.
Yeah, that's it.
So what does it do?
It makes you, here's the classic example, it makes you procrastinate, right? It makes you put off doing those difficult things and do the nice, easy things, the comfortable things. And it will convince you that you're busy. But unfortunately, procrastination is one of those things that we avoid, arguably unconsciously, because we don't want... Sorry, the procrastination is things that we do to avoid doing the tough things. Yeah. Basically, because those tough things take us out of our comfort zone.
Yeah, you might think you're busy doing important stuff, but you're actually avoiding doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing, but you're scared of it.
Exactly. And another thing that we do to ourselves as well, we convince ourselves that we don't know enough, and I need to learn one more thing. I need to go to one more class.
That's a big one, yeah.
Yeah, because it's safer. doing that, isn't
Yeah,
it?
and then our minds just distract us, don't they?
Yeah.
We're supposed to do a sales call or meet a stranger for coffee, and you're suddenly on YouTube or social media or watching TV. Just in general, avoiding the uncomfortable.
Or tidying the office.
Embracing
or
the
something
comfortable. Yeah, exactly. You're embracing the comfortable.
Yeah.
You've been stuck at the same professional level for 5 years, maybe longer.
You want more success, more money, a better performing business, but somehow something keeps holding you back?
What if that something is your unconscious programming? Because what we get in life is what we believe we deserve deep down in our unconscious.
And here's the truth. You are where you are in life right now because that's where you believe you deserve to be.
You can't outrun your beliefs. That is why so many people struggle for years, even decades, without making any real breakthroughs.
We help middle-aged professionals like you. We can upgrade your mindset, upgrade the habits, and crucially, remove the unconscious limiting beliefs that are blocking your success.
So you can finally step into the career, the wealth, and the freedom that you know that you're capable of.
So ask yourself, what's it costing you not to change?
Contact us at coaching@patandchris.com or reach out to us on Instagram.
Act now and take back control of your life.
So we basically do anything to avoid doing uncomfortable stuff.
Right.
But what a key thing is, what I really like thinking about the comfort zone, a way I like thinking about it is, it's almost like we've got this periphery around us of our perceived capability range.
Yeah.
And it's completely imaginary. And it turns out it's all lies. But what our comfort zone is always, this comfort zone in our mind is always less than our true potential.
Oh, yeah.
So when you step out of your comfort zone and take on new challenges, it's like you step into a new area that was previously outside that periphery, and then it grows. And then you step out again, and it grows again. And it keeps growing. Yeah. And it was never true what your brain told you, and the original circle was never correct. Yeah. No. But it's like you've got this ever-expanding periphery where once was uncomfortable, in the future is not, if you get out.
Yeah. And I also think in doing that, you're not just growing your comfort zone, which is this metaphoric thing that we call our self-confidence, isn't it? It builds this self-confidence and this self-belief that which was once considered difficult or impossible to us, you've just done it, and now you believe and are self-confident enough to know that, wow, I can do that. And then that next thing might become that little bit easier. So you've got to keep growing and keep doing it as well.
Yeah. So if we were going to talk about like how to get out of your comfort zone, if someone's really struggling with it,
right?
I mean, we've got several ways that we can talk about, but one of them, this isn't ideal, but it's basically do it anyway. Well, you got to defy, at some point you got to defy the resistance, haven't you? If you really want this thing that you want, you got to do it anyway. Yeah. And then through practice, you can condition your mind to do uncomfortable things and not talk you out of it. Yeah. And this is why people like Tony Robbins jump into ice plunges every day. Yeah. You know, even though your mind is screaming, don't do it, you just build that muscle. You just do it anyway.
Yeah, that's good practice. Something that I'm still probably not capable of doing, actually jumping into a cold plunge every day. But there's no magical hack. You've just got to do it. You've just got to get into the habit of doing these uncomfortable things. And usually you want to do these things immediately as soon as the thought arises, or sooner before your mind convinces you not to do it. That's for sure. And those real estate meetings that we so didn't really want to go and do, we just did them anyway. We went up to the stranger, we did the networking, and like you said just now, it was those moments where you do meet the people that do get you to the next level that you want to get to. So you've just got to do it. It's not cheat.
Yeah. So in the same way of doing it before you can talk yourself out of it, this persistent practice of getting out of your comfort zone, you can just become accustomed to it. It's almost like that courage to step out is a muscle you can build.
Right.
Each time you step forward through growth, you strengthen that muscle, and then it can become easier. So that's another thing. It's just doing it and keeping doing it.
Yeah. You know? There are some tricks to motivation that you can use, that I use as well, to help you step into that uncomfortable situation, to do that difficult thing. And I go back to, why am I doing this? What is the why behind everything I do that's making me that is uncomfortable? And it's usually either somebody or some people in your life that you're doing these things for, because it's worth doing.
Yeah, who are you doing it for?
Yeah, exactly. So I think you've got to keep doing those things, but also I get motivation from who am I doing this for? And it's not me. I'm not got that big of an ego. It's usually my family or the people that I care about the most.
Yeah, really. I like that, because you're almost comparing like your why you're doing it.
Yeah.
You're comparing that against the resistance, and the why is greater, isn't it? So
absolutely. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
As another, if you need some more motivation on getting out of your comfort zone as well, a question you can ask yourself is, what is it costing me not to step out of my comfort zone?
That's a good one.
It's a reverse one it can really give you a kick up the arse, as we say.
The arse.
Yeah.
It does. What's it costing me not to do this thing?
Yeah, no, I got a bit of a side note, Pat, like
Go on then.
Talking about comfort zone and all of that. Mm-hmm. AI is going to get us all out of our comfort zone.
Yeah. And we said we would talk about this.
Yeah. And there's nothing we can do about it. It's going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
We're all going to have to change the way we work. Mm-hmm. There's probably going to be a redistribution of definitely white collar jobs.
Yeah.
And we are all going to be moving from doing to directing.
Yeah.
The thing can do the doing now.
Yeah.
So if you're a coder or something, you're going to be directing it to code, aren't you? You're not going to be coding.
Yeah.
So there's a high degree of uncertainty, and it's uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable. Yeah. So it's never been a better time, is there? Because we're all going to be getting out of our comfort zone anyway.
And I think what makes it uncomfortable, the AI thing is an example of change, isn't it? And change takes you from something known to something unknown. And it's that unknown that is scary and uncomfortable. And people, everybody, in fact, is reluctant to embrace that. And that's what's hard about change, because it is scary and uncomfortable.
Yeah, and like we said, everyone's going to go through this AI change. Yeah. So, if you're listening to this show and you're already building the muscle, you're going to be better equipped to deal with that, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and there's another little, I wouldn't call it a hack, but another thing that I like to try and do as well is every time you do step out of your comfort zone, recognize that I just did something difficult. I just celebrate that.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're writing it down in a journal every day, because I like to write down. I think you have the same thing in your journal. What did I do yesterday that I was proud of?
Yeah.
And that could be one of them, right? So yesterday I did this difficult thing. I didn't want to do it, and I did it anyway, whether it's a physically difficult thing like a hard workout or jumping into a cold shower or whatever it is, or something uncomfortable like socially, like I go and talk to a stranger or something like that. And it's that celebration of the growth that will further reinforce your confidence and your belief that you can do this thing.
I like that, because you can do this stuff and forget it, can't you? Because you do that hard phone call, or you do that hard business meeting, and then you're just on to the next thing, and you're constantly thinking of stuff. And that's a good point, because we don't often take the time to pause, celebrate that win, and reinforce that belief to help us later on down the road.
Yeah, definitely. It's super important.
Here's something on stepping out your comfort zone as well. And, dealing with your mind, getting worked up over it. Just try not to take it so seriously. We know that our minds exaggerate, and we know that stepping out of your comfort zone involves risk. But that's okay. It's like you're going to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning experience.
Right.
You're going to suffer small failures. You're going to take risks. Some things are going to work. Some things are not going to work. There's going to be a few failures, but big deal. That's how you learn. It means you've got better as a person. Focus on discovering new things about yourself rather than avoiding being uncomfortable, making mistakes.
It's that fear of failure again that is your mind exaggerating, and it stops us from taking action, doesn't it? That fear of the unknown, what's going to happen, and failure is really something that didn't work out right, telling you, okay, that's a way not to do that. There's another way to do that, and it's feedback, isn't it? Really, and another thing that you could ask yourself when you're faced with that fear of failure is like, okay, well, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
It's usually you're not likely going to die unless you're
Probably not gonna
contemplating
die.
doing something really stupid. But what's the worst that can happen? I mean, nothing really bad is going to happen. You're just going to get some feedback on something, and you're not going to do it that way again. If it fails, you're going to do it a different way. You're just scared of what might happen.
Yeah.
You're just uncomfortable.
Yeah. So if you're not where you want to be in life, this is the reason. So now you're going to have to get uncomfortable. And it starts by doing one of these things. You're going to have to probably start small to build that muscle. Just practice stepping out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Say hi to 3 strangers in a day, or smile at people. You can do it. I've done this before. You just walk past people and start smiling at them.
So you're that weird guy that smiles at people.
Well, that's me.
That's good though. I like that one.
Make a change to your routine. I don't know, go for a walk or something in your neighborhood, or try a new route to work. Just practice sort of not being comfortable all the time.
Yeah, the people thing is a good one that can happen. It can work well for 2 people. Is offer to mentor somebody if you find yourself with a certain skill set in work or whatever. Mentor somebody, because not only are you getting out of your comfort zone with that, they are probably also getting out of their comfort zone and actually learning something from you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do a nice thing. Do a random act of kindness.
Yeah. That's the interacting with strangers kind of aspect of it, isn't it? Really, like, I don't know, buy a coffee for the guy or the person behind you in the line or something like that.
I've seen you do that with groceries.
Yeah, I bought somebody's groceries that were in front of me one time as well. Yeah.
Here's one. Learn something new. That gets you out of your comfort zone. When I speak Spanish with a native Spanish speaker, I can't tell you how uncomfortable it is. It's horrible. But I do it anyway. This is the only way I'm going to learn it. It's the only way I'm going to get better.
Yeah. Speaking of getting better, we found and discovered that because people are the right people to have in your life are crucially important to your success and getting you where you want to go. We go to these meetups. It's basically just networking events on a particular subject, a group of people all together focusing on the same thing. And that going to those is scary. Remember the first ones we used to go to for real estate?
Yeah.
And you've got to introduce yourself, because there's always an icebreaker at the beginning, and introduce yourself, tell them what you want, tell them what you want to do. Those are scary. You go to those meetups, go to those conferences where you're full of like-minded people as well. Introduce yourself to the speaker.
We've done that as well, haven't we?
That's true, actually. Yeah, workouts is another one. Go to a workout with a group of people who are stronger than you.
Yeah,
that's a tough one. Lead a workout. We do that a lot, don't we, these days anyway?
Yeah, with F3.
Yeah.
I got an example.
Go on then.
Start a podcast. Film yourself for the first time ever, like we did.
We are currently doing.
Get out of your comfort zone and put yourself out there. You're putting yourself out there really for judgment.
Yeah.
But you're also putting yourself out there to help others.
Yeah.
So
it's still uncomfortable.
Yeah, but. What's the why? What's our why? Our why is to help people, and that's what we truly want to do out of this. Totally. We want to help people, and that outweighs the fear of being judged negatively by others.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so the idea is that you just do these small things, and they can help you build the getting uncomfortable muscle,
right?
Which will ultimately make you stronger and make it easier to do in the future.
Yeah.
So, should we summarize, Pat?
Let's summarize, Chris.
Go on
then. Growth only comes when you leave your comfort zone. And unfortunately, staying in your comfort zone, as comfortable as that may be, will lead to a mundane, stagnant, unsatisfying, somewhat comfortable but unfulfilled life.
Yeah. And resistance from your mind is normal. It's just hardwired. So pushing past it and building that muscle is what's important.
Yeah. And it will expand the walls of what you believe you are capable of.
Yeah. So choose to get out of your comfort zone and create growth over comfort, because that's where the extraordinary life you want begins.
Right.
I got a quote as well, Pat, to finish off. Roy Bennett: "You never change your life until you step out of your comfort zone."
Absolutely.
I mean, that's pretty obvious, isn't it, at this point?
Yeah. If you like what you just heard, please subscribe and like so you never miss another episode. And if you want more of this content, check out our social media for more ways to avoid being middle-aged and miserable.